Hi, and welcome to MzeroA's video podcast. I'm your host, Jason Shepard. Today's episode is Illusions in Flight, or Spatial Disorientation. To help us remember the different illusions in flight, we've developed the acronym ICE flags. I know this sounds silly, but let's go ahead and take a look at it. The I in our acronym stands for inversion illusion. The inversion illusion is a quick change from a climb to level flight that makes the pilot feel as though he or she is tumbling backwards. The natural tendency is to nose the aircraft over, which is going to actually intensify the illusion. The C in our acronym is the Coriolis illusion. The Coriolis illusion is caused by making a quick head movement during a constant rate turn that is C-stimulated in the inner ear. What that means is in our eustachian tube, in our ear, we actually have fluid. If you stay in a turn too long, it feels like you're not turning anymore. So a quick head movement will quickly disorient the pilot. The E in our acronym is the elevator illusion. The elevator illusion, this is on a turbulent day, an updraft could cause extreme vertical acceleration and the pilot would proceed to nose over the aircraft. Although these illusions tend to be intense, they usually happen at higher altitudes and tend not to be as dangerous as some of the others. The F in our acronym is false horizon. A false horizon is simply you're flying at night and you could use the stars, a boat over the ocean, or city lights can create a false horizon and cause you to align the airplane with that and could put you into a possible dangerous attitude. The L in our acronym stands for leans. The leans occur when a quick correction from a bank altitude happens too slowly. The sensory in your inner ear, in other words that fluid in that eustachian tube, will send the sensation of banking in the opposite direction. However, the disoriented pilot will just correct in the wrong direction and possibly overbank the aircraft. The A in our acronym stands for autokinesis. What autokinesis is, at night, if you stare at a light for a prolonged period of time, that light will eventually look as if it's moving, and that's autokinesis. That's why at night it's important to use the periphery of our eye to scan for traffic and look at things, because if we use the cones, if we're staring right at something, it's going to appear to float and move. That's called autokinesis. The G in our acronym stands for graveyard spin/spiral. It actually kind of counts for two things. What happens here? A graveyard spiral. So you notice you've lost some altitude and your sensory system makes you feel that you're in level flight, so you pitch back. However, you're actually in a turn. So we know if you're in a turn, that abrupt pitching back is actually going to tighten the turn, which makes you lose more altitude. Now when you notice you're losing more altitude, you're going to tighten back even more, thus tightening the turn and tightening the spiral. And that's why they call it graveyard. That's eventually where it's going to take you to. And that's why they call it that. Now for the other one, our graveyard spin, you recover from a spin, however, the quick, abrupt recovery of the spin makes you feel as though you're spinning in the other direction, even though you've properly recovered, and you overcorrect and re-enter the same spin that you started with, and that's a graveyard spin. So you think you broke one spin and jumped into another, but you really broke out of that spin, recovered, and re-entered into the same one. Lastly in our acronym is the somatographic illusion. The somatographic illusion, this is caused by a rapid takeoff or a rapid deceleration. That rapid takeoff sets you back in your seat, or the rapid deceleration sends you forward in your seat. And when you're in the clouds, that can cause an illusion and cause you to either nose up or nose down. This can be dangerous if it's on takeoff and you receive that rapid acceleration back. You push that nose down, and that's just a somatographic illusion. So that's all I have for you this week. Hopefully you learned a thing or two about spatial disorientation, and now you know how to remember your illusions in flight. Remember, a good pilot is always learning. See ya.
You're on Bravo, you're short of Victor Alpha, you're beam the Iberian.
The beam Alitalia on the left there.
Beam Alitalia. Alright, just hang on. Kepler 170.